What's up, sons? It's Blind Rod with Son of a Tech once again, and today we are going to be talking about a different topic, which was the update on, of course, whether or not Ethereum is going deflationary or not. Don't worry, I have a whole bunch of notes on that, and that will be coming. But it was brought to my attention by a user in our Rocket chat, which you can join by following the little ad that's about to run here if you would like, that we have a leak of the new NVIDIA CMP 170HX and its mining performance. We're going to get into it right after a word from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is myself. To support the channel, click the join button below the video and you will get access to our privately hosted Rocket chat. Selecting the $1.99 option will get you access, and after that you need to head over to the membership tab, scroll down, and expand out your membership perks. Find the section for connecting on social media, and in that section there will be a secret registration URL to join Rocket Chat, where you can sign up to enjoy talking with other cryptocurrency enthusiasts and miners without spammers, scammers, or bots. Welcome back. So I'm just going to hop right into the article. This is coming from Tom's Hardware, which is a pretty reputable source, at least in the past. And it says that NVIDIA's CMP 170HX in the wild with 164 megahash per second on Ethereum mining performance. This is based on the A100 accelerator, and to be fair, I have seen those A100s do about this previously, so it's not really that surprising. But moving on, the report says, reports on NVIDIA aiming to repurpose its A100 compute accelerator as a crypto mining processor accelerator surfaced as early as March of this year. The intermediate radio silence has now been broken, with reported photographs and screenshots of a repurposed A100 surfacing as a rebranded CMP 170HX. There's plenty to chew over, but as this isn't an officially announced product, take the details with a bit of salt. And so, as you guys are aware, anything that's kind of leak related, you need to basically be very cautious of believing. But here's what we're looking at. While initial reports pointed towards a CMP 220HX branding with performance in the range of 215 megahash a second for Ethereum mining, the final result delivered by the CMP 170HX is slightly less impressive, with tested cards delivering around 165 megahash a second in a 250 watt envelope. That's pretty dang good. It is still extremely impressive compared to the CMP 50HX accelerator that falls in the same 250 watt envelope, though that card can only output 45 megahash a second, less than a third of the CMP 170HX's performance. Thus, NVIDIA seems to still have some headroom for an eventual 220HX release, at least judging from the specifications on offer in the 170HX. The CMP 170HX is likely made via defective harvested chips that didn't make it into the company's A100, a beast of a card with 40 or 80 gigabytes of HBM2E memory and packing a grand total of 6,980 enabled CUDA cores, 84% of them of the in-silicon CUDA cores in the GA100 chip design. So you can see it's a cut down version of the chip. Being a cryptocurrency mining oriented card, NVIDIA cut everything that wasn't strictly necessary for typical mining workloads. Besides the aforementioned headless design, the CMP 170HX features only 4,480 CUDA cores, 54% of the GA100's design cores. Its HBM2E memory has been reduced to the bare minimum for Ethereum mining, with 8 gigabytes of HBM2E across two 4 gigabyte stacks, delivering a maximum of 1,493 gigabytes per second of bandwidth across its 4,096-bit bus. Whoo! These are the things made of dreams, boys. That bus width. What the what? That is insane. So you can see that that would obviously increase it. But NVIDIA even slaughtered the PCIe bus on this card. The link is limited to PCIe 1.1 by 4, thus offering only 250 megabytes a second of bandwidth across the PCIe bus. For reference, modern graphics cards with PCIe 4.0 by 16 achieve 32 gigabytes per second across the bus. However, mining workloads are dependent on the bus speed for performance, while most other applications users might want to use these cards for, like say actual ML and typical HPC workloads, will thus be rendered virtually impossible to process at a high enough throughput to make it worthwhile. These alterations allow NVIDIA to sell the cards solely for cryptocurrency mining at a premium, while keeping institutions, data centers, and even tech-savvy prosumers focused on the company's A-series offerings also at a premium. Yes, they are very expensive. So as you can see here, we have some screenshots showing basically, what miner would this be? LOL? That might even be NB miner. It's hard to tell. Anyways, I should know this right off the bat because I run them all the time. But anyways, you can see here we have the NVIDIA at 158 megahash a second. And then the core clocks and the GM clocks, memory clocks, and all of that right here, with the power being at 190 watts. So these are apparently the screenshots from it. And then over here, you can see it going up to the 189 to 190. I'm not sure actually what this is for. Anyways, GPU-Z screenshots of the card, which has the 170HX added to the cover. Whatever name has been assigned to the card in the identifier string, identify with 20C2 device ID. The card was running on NVIDIA's 471.41 driver version, and core clocks are set at 1140 MHz base and 1410 MHz boost. This is likely the sweet spot for performance and power consumption for the particular accelerator, since memory speeds, not core speeds, are obviously, as you guys should know from watching the channel, more important. So there you go. So let's go ahead and, I don't know if these are different articles, so let's go ahead and chat about it. What price point would we want to compete with, of course, the current king of mining, the RTX 3090? Yes, I just said it, the king of mining. Why am I saying that? Oh, we're going to go ahead and leak it to everybody. You've probably seen it on my Twitter. Right now, due to the way the scalper prices are set, you have a better ROI, even all the way up to $2,400 for a 3090 than you do on pretty much anything else at scalper prices, and you don't have to worry about the light hash rate issue. Now that one's doing 120 megahash a second at about 300 watts, and at $2,400 you can pay that off in about 180 to 190 days. So let's go with the upper number there and say 190 days, and then let's head on over to what to mine, right? Because that's what we want to see. So if we head on over to what to mine and we plug in the calculation of 175 megahash a second at 250 watts, even though that's not a, let's go worst case. Let's go screenshot. Let's go 158 megahash a second at 190 watts. Let's go worst case, right? That way we kind of get an idea. Let's calculate that out. At my power cost, which is 5.5 cents a kilowatt hour, we're looking at $13.42 a day after power. And then let's go ahead and calculate that out with a calculator on what we would want to see that at to get us close to the current 3090, right? So we're going to go ahead and take that $13.42 and multiply that times 190 days for the ROI. And the max you would want to pay for that would be $2,549.80 if you were talking about that compared to the current 3090 scalper costs. Now, just because I mentioned that on this video, be prepared for the 3090 to go up in scalper costs, which I was trying to avoid, but it is what it is. You guys need to be aware of it. What should you be paying for these GPUs? Well, like I said, if you're looking at keeping this new 170HX close to the 3090 ROI, you're looking at paying about $2,550. And you could probably go up to maybe like $2,800 and still feel pretty comfortable. The only caveat here is that it starts to take on a few of the issues of ASICs. It doesn't take on the issue of ASICs of only being able to mine one algorithm, but it does take on the issue of ASICs of resaleability. An RTX 3090 next year, especially with the shortage being confirmed to basically last through 2022 at this point, and new foundries not being ready for production until 2023, means that you will have a higher likelihood in the case that the mining market takes a huge dump to resell an RTX 3090 on the secondhand market to a gamer to recoup some of your costs. While in the case of a mining specific GPU that cannot really do anything else, you will not have that option. So you will be beholden to that. However, the good news is at the very least, it will be able to mine other currencies. So if ETH went to proof of stake, you could push it over to Ergo or Ravencoin or Conflux or Cortex or whatever coin's your favorite. I try to name a few of them so that we don't get yelled at too much in the comments, but you get the idea. You move to a different altcoin with this particular GPU, and that's still better than ASICs. It's a middle point basically between ASICs and GPU mining as far as that goes. So if you guys are looking for GPUs right now and you're wondering what I'm purchasing 3090s. I am still purchasing some 1660 Supers too, as I find them as long as they're within that ROI of a 3090 that I can currently get. Am I excited for this GPU? From an architecture standpoint, I'm super excited. I think that large memory bus, of course, with the memory speeds is super enticing, and I can't wait to see what they clock it in at. Now, the idea would be, because it only has 8 gigabytes of video memory, that it would be cheaper than a 3090. However, that's probably not going to be true because this is HBM. And as you may know, HBM is typically quite a bit more expensive. This is kind of where Radeon went down a bad path for your traditional consumer GPUs in the past with Vega, etc., because they couldn't compete price-wise with, of course, NVIDIA, who went with the GDDR6. And that's why you see the new 6000 series from AMD going back to more of the cheaper memory, unfortunately, because I would have loved to see HBM take off. Unfortunately, of course, once we start talking about shortages and chip shortages and manufacturing issues, I'm sure HBM is even that much more difficult to basically produce. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, and I will see you next Tuesday. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to see more. Also, you can check out this playlist for more content talking about cryptocurrency.